Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome everyone to Volume 2 of Grown Women Gaming Podcast. Happy Saturday. It's nice and beautiful in California, and I want to let you guys know, welcome to the show. I want to introduce my lovely panel today. I got L Boogie
How
from
you
Grown Women
doing?
Gaming, Miss Delilah HD,
What's going on, everybody?
and let these ladies know. I want to thank them ahead of time for coming on a Saturday. So thank you, ladies.
Yeah, you know it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's just start off with a little bit. We got a couple of topics today. We'll see if we can get through them. That Destiny 2 beta.
Yes.
Anybody getting it? Anybody's
It's already downloaded.
what your beta already is downloaded?
Beta's already downloaded, ready to go. Pew pew.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on my email because I went and got one. I went and got the code on Friday.
Oh, you don't have to wait for an email. You should be able to log into Bungie.net and go right to your account, and it'll be in codes, under codes. You'll have it there. So if you already got your code from when you went to GameStop or wherever to pre-order, and you went on ahead and put it in, and they said you'll receive an email, don't wait for an email. Just go ahead and go to Bungie.net, and it's there waiting.
Cool. So, Ms. Boogie, how big was the download?
Oh, it wasn't big at all. I think they learned their lesson from the first one, where people were able to fish through it and find like all the game, the actual game. So the download is only like 12 gigabytes. So I think they knew we have to do a separate beta that has nothing else in it.
Yeah. I can see that because Matt. Continue what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
Mass Effect Andromeda had like they had like a 10-hour demo, and it was like maybe 10 gigs, 12 gigs that demo.
Right.
So I'm really I appreciate that they're taking like the beta is separately from the game,
Right. Because people they go through and they go with a fine-tooth comb, and then they end up really ruining the game because you find stuff that's like would have been a surprise, a happy surprise if you had found it naturally,
Yeah, and see, that's what happened to me with the first game. Like I played so much of the beta. By the time the first game had launched, I had already went through pretty much the entire initial experience.
Right.
So only thing that's really kept me engaged has been like the DLC from the first game. So
right. Yeah, I agree because this one you're supposed to be able to pay a strike. You're gonna have multiplayer available, and then you're gonna play through the first mission, which I don't really like because, like you said, like you're playing through the first mission, so it's kind of like taking away some of that grandiose that you would have had if you had played it, straight from the game.
That's true. But if they do it right and like in the first mission on a cliffhanger, then you can really be like, oh, I gotta finish the game in order to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be kind of sick, if they did that. But we'll see. I'm kind of a little bit soft on it, like I said, from my initial experience with the first game. But I know just talking with you guys, you all have me really kind of hyped for it, just the way you guys talk about it and how y'all ready to kind of jump in and stuff. So
I mean, I've been playing Destiny 1 heavy.
Yeah.
And I've been playing late, and it's not like I had the game on the first mission. They said that we're going to play the first mission. I agree with El Bookie. They shouldn't have done that. They should have did like not with just Destiny, but with all games. They should make a mission that's for the beta that does have nothing to do with the game. So you don't
like a teaser,
Yeah, like a teaser mission.
What about the times though? I know some betas are like timed. They give you like 2 hours or 5 hours or something to kind of go through.
So this is going to be for Xbox users. It's going to be from the 19th to I believe the 22nd. So it's going to start the.
So you can play all night, all day between those days.
Yeah, right. So it's going to be the 19th to the 23rd. So it's just going to go from the 19th to that weekend. It'll open up on Saturday, I believe, for everyone to play. So if you pre-ordered it, you get the early access.
Man, I'm worried about the servers though, man.
I bullshit you not.
I would hope they're on point with
Right,
that.
because they went to what's the name now, right? They went to the same people that do Overwatch. Who's that? Blizzard.
Oh, yeah,
They're
that's-
doing Blizzard servers, right?
Yeah, I know they teamed up with them. So maybe because I think you're right.
Well, I hope so because I saw a post that I guess people are having many issues with the beta already. With they said that you couldn't load up profile, that you can't find a lobby, that you'll get shut down while you're loading up to, I guess, the cubicle mission. I mean, the cubicle multiplayer. So I hope if they do have any issues like that, that it'll be fixed by the time I get to it.
I mean, because the only people that are playing right now are usually people who get like early access codes, right? Like the people who are going to be sent things directly from the company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only people who should be having it right now because I don't think PlayStation has it yet.
Yeah, and no, PlayStation has it. PlayStation has it already. Like,
oh wow, okay.
Their day starts the day before Xbox Day, so they start on the 18th, and we start on the 19th.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So I guess that the tweet I saw was probably somebody who was like one of maybe media or somebody in one of those gaming companies who had an early access code that had the issues with the beta. Like I said, I have people that love this game, and I can't wait to go into space and going on strikes. And with the knowledge that I have now from Destiny 1, I ain't gonna be no noob going to Destiny 2. You change, I'll be like purple shifts and bounties
But you're starting from zero again, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get to carry over. I guess you get to carry over your character, but you don't get to carry over any attributes,
like weapons, experience, stuff like that. Oh
right.
Yeah. Okay, so now, I feel like I can jump into it then.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I do like that aspect that it opens it up for everyone who didn't try it for the original. They can go ahead and hop right into this one and be equal.
Yeah, but you're not upset with the fact that you like lose a lot of your content that you racked up over the time though. So
the whole name. I mean, like. The whole name of the game for all those World of Warcraft and all that other shit is farming,
Yeah.
Like, so even if I went with all my shit now, I would still have to farm, right? For all the new stuff.
That's true, yeah.
So it's like, does it really matter that you don't have the Galahorn from year one,
Like, especially the enemies probably can't even, take damage from those. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, like they're gonna phase those out anyway. Like that's what happens every time is you have these weapons, but you're either going to have to sacrifice new weapons to upgrade those weapons or whatever. So it's just like, it's not like a breaker. But what is a breaker for me is like they have to announce that they're going to have a Xbox One X patch. If they don't announce that, I probably will just be playing the beta and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. I think they can't say anything.
Right. Yeah.
They probably have to wait 6 months or something like that. But I think by the time it launched, like Xbox One X launch, I think we're going to hear something like probably right before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, so.
I agree with Boogie. If Destiny 2 is going on Xbox One, I feel they should do something to make it look better than the normal version that I got on my Xbox One.
Right.
So,
because you were there. I mean, all of us were there. Like if you went to the NVIDIA booth, Destiny blew my mind. Like
right, the PC version, it was
but the one on the Pro, I was like, is this the Pro? Because this looks like the same shit I'm playing on my Xbox One S.
Like on PC, it was popping, and I was like, ooh, and then I'm like, okay, because my eye just sees something different. I see the same game, but it was just, lower.
Right.
So I don't want to be like, I know I got people that's going to get the X. I don't want them to be like, especially, I just don't get the patches and stuff like that. They should have Destiny 2 Xbox X ready for the people, personally.
That's why I think it's going to be ready by the time it launches, because people are going to want to see that comparison. Like, what I mean? I know I will. I definitely want to see if there's going to be some sort of you know, I mean, it's science, so it's gonna be better by default. But I mean, I would rather play it on the better system.
Mhm. All right then. You gonna get the beta, Delilah?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, especially since you're starting from scratch. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll go ahead on and jump on there.
We definitely gonna have to play together. We definitely have to.
I think what's your class in Destiny?
Human warlock.
You're a warlock. I think, and you're I think Boogie's a Titan, right?
I am a Titan because that's the best.
I know I'm a Titan as well.
Oh man, for real, that's how y'all gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, that's why I was if we was to play together, like I would consider try to get a different class. At least you'll have every class covered.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do all classes this time around.
Yeah.
Like have 3 characters and really go at it because I know that a lot of people did that with the original. You know, they had 3 different characters, all 3 classes, and
they got to kind of experience them all.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't do that. I just said, fuck it. I picked one and that's it. But what I will do on this round, I will try a different class. I'm not going to be warlock this time around. But
yeah, and I'm probably going to try warlock. That's the one I was curious about.
Well, I got Mr. Assassin that's on one of the other four Guys with Quarters podcast. He's trying to get me to do a hunter. So I think that's what I'm trying.
Okay, that's what's up. Did y'all check the reviews on the Lawbreakers beta?
Oh my god, I did see that.
Yeah, man, it's
not looking too good. Yeah,
they better come.
You know
with
what?
it.
I think Overwatch kind of stole their thunder a little bit. Like,
man, Overwatch by the steal everybody thunder that has a game that's if there's a game coming out that's something like Overwatch is not popping. It's not going to sell.
Because it's like kind of like that whole, like back in the day when they had the GTA 5. I mean, not GTA 5, but like GTA was compared to everything.
Right.
So when Saints Row came out, it was like the low key GTA game. I think that's what's gonna happen with Lawbreakers, and just seeing that drop off of users. I mean, so in case anyone's like listening, what we're talking about is like the numbers for Lawbreakers. The player engagement like dropped off significantly during their beta test or whatever.
The beta was on the 28th, right, of June, and the closed beta was on the 28th, and then the open beta was 2 days later. So in the course of those days on Steam, 7.5K.
Oof.
And then it was like as high as 3.5K per hour. And I'm looking at this graph that looks like
that's the same one you sent us, right?
Yeah,
it's the same one. But you can see the decline if you look at the graph.
It's just steadily declining. Yeah.
It was like, it's Lawbreakers. Let's check it out, and then they play it, and then it's like, fuck it, and then some other random group of people from the world said the same thing and played it and said, fuck it. That's how it looked like on the graph.
This is also on Steam too. It's not on console.
No,
right.
Not yet.
I think this is all Steam.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is like PlayStation.
I don't. No. But I seen some gameplay of it at E3, but it looked like Overwatch. We got like 3 or 4 games out here that play and has different characteristics of Overwatch, and it's not popping like they should because of Overwatch. Like Paladins is a good game.
Paladins, yeah, that looks good too.
But it's so much like Overwatch. I'm like, look at fake ass Hanzo and fake ass.
Like it's like okay if it's like the game, but when the characters look so familiar, you're just like, I don't want to play this. Like this is a knockoff.
Why would I want to play an open beta of Paladins if I got the Origins edition of Overwatch? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
There's
another one too. There's another one. It begins with like a B. I can't remember the name of it, but it was kind of similar as well to Overwatch.
Paladins? Is it
No. It wasn't Paladins. It was something else. It came out around the same time as Overwatch, and it kind of got like
I don't know.
Overtaken. I wish I knew the name of it. But it began with a B. I know that for a fact.
I know the game that you're talking about, and you're right. That particular game was just like Overwatch.
Yeah.
But but the promotion was around the same time. But this is Blizzard, though. Blizzard. I'm learning.
Battleborn. It's called Battleborn.
Oh, okay.
There we
That's
go.
what I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Battleborn was the name of the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was DOA.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
DOA.
They released like within a week of each other, and just I think it was like within a week. And Overwatch just kind of took off, and Battleborn went to the wayside. And Battleborn is not a bad game. You know what I mean? It's definitely not a bad game. I mean, neither is Paladins, but I mean, it's definitely cloned. It just seemed like they're trying to get that same kind of niche, that kind of vibe with the game.
Yeah, but you
You're
know,
talking about fake hands-on, so
yeah, because I was like, oh, this is good, and then there's a chick in Paladins that got a chopper and everything. I'm like, what's a chopper? But it was so similar, like how to get, you got to kill your enemies, have an objective, and then you have your special moves, and then you got to wait till they get to 100 and then you use it. It's just the same thing. I'll pray for Lawbreakers because people like it. Some people like it, and I hope it be like all games. You know, I want them, especially smaller games. I don't think to me, Lawbreakers ain't no AAA. So
that drop off should have Cliffy be scared though. It should, because throwing shade.
A lot of shit too.
I know.
Really?
I know. Yeah, he's been on Twitter, like, you know, taking like little pot shots here and there, you know, to Xbox and stuff, you know. So it's like, man, you know, we the one, well, the true fans are people who is like diehard Xbox people who started out with Gears and, you know, supported that game, are kind of what helped his career. You know, he wasn't like, before that he was doing the Unreal stuff, but it didn't like jump off until Gears. And so it just seemed a little disheartening to see him kind of take shots on Twitter, you know. Thomas, he glad, like one thing I know he said, he was like, he's glad he's not making games with chainsaws anymore and stuff like that. Just taking like little shots like that.
It's like, come on, you really need to be that petty? Like
petty and childish. You got to understand. We get, as we get older, we grow up and be adults. But you got some people that just petty as shit still.
That's right.
They can have a career and they can be. But they can be just as petty or even more petty. You know what I mean? And I ain't got no time for that, man.
Yeah.
I'm going through. There's other important shit in the world. If a guy doesn't like a game, you have an opinion for that. But don't get out knowing that you was cool with them in the beginning. So
I know, man. He just his whole, like, the way his interviews and stuff, and the way his whole demeanor and the way he's been acting about it has just been super shady. And I'm just like, come on, man. You don't have to do that, because at the end of the day, we're all gamers, and we're likely, some of us own multiple systems. So if we want to pick up your game, we can. But you know, we have a preference, so we may just hold that against you. Like, look, like you said, petty. Like, if your game suck, we ain't buying it. You know, plain and simple. So
and then but if your attitude suck, I ain't buying your game to begin with. To even try it.
That's like if I go to the store and I'm intending to buy I'm spending some money at your store, and you gonna catch an attitude with me. Mm-hmm. I'll go buy a pack of gum and bounce on you.
That's right. Go somewhere else.
I'll go somewhere else. And
vote with your dollars, people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that is the truest shit out here in these streets. People want to be in the know, and people want to be up with the times and buy every damn game, and their extra content. But when you gonna get, eventually people gonna get burnt on a game that you really spend money on, and you're gonna be mad as fuck.
Yeah, because this game, like Lawbreakers, has been in development for like ever. Like, it seemed like it's been in for a few years now, at least 3 minimum.
Yeah,
it's been in development for a while, so I see why he pounced on the money. But that should have been the end of it. Like, don't be throwing shots though. Like, so that's just where I stand with it.
That's how people are. Excuse me. Vaya con Dios, Lawbreakers. Let's see, what else do I want? I ain't got my glasses on, so give me excuse me, give me a minute. Okay. We've been in other people's podcasts talking about I don't know about you, Boogie, but I know me and Delilah, we've been in other people's podcasts talking about our experience in E3. So we can finally, I know it's a month late, I know. we can talk about it now. We can be more open now, because this is just us. So how did you guys, what was your overall experience on E3?
You can go ahead, Delia.
Oh, sure. Well, my experience overall was positive. Of course, I had like this kind of the similar complaints as everybody else in regards to like crowd and stuff like that, maybe being so many people. But overall, my experience was great. I mean, luckily this year I was able to get into FanFest. So Microsoft always do a great job with that kind of experience for their fans. They had a couple of things that could have been changed up, but mostly it was a lot of fun. The parties they had was really engaging. So I mean, overall it was great. I mean, I can elaborate, but you can go ahead, Boogie.
Yeah, I had a blast. Of course, all the FanFest stuff was like the best, but shout out to Southbound because he always takes care of me. Like he's like cool to roll with, you know.
Definitely.
Everybody.
Like good people. I think we had a good group of people we were hanging around. It was just like good vibes. Like it was awesome. Can't wait to hang out with y'all again.
Oh, likewise. I'm the new booty E3 goer, so I was high, like not like a certain high of excitement because you always watch E3 at home. You know, we have E3 parties, we have a little drink, we'll have little snacks, and we'll watch the presentations. But for me to come to the actual event, it felt good for me because it knocked off a check on my, on my goals and stuff like that.
Right.
And thank God that, I was able to get a free ticket to go there, even though I did not go to FanFest, which is, I'm still salty right now about that. I had a little salt in my voice when I see, look at the engraved pins, and I was looking at the videos, and I'm at the crib like, motherfuckers, man. But I'm gonna be honest. I mean, that on my comrades was going, and they get to experiences as well. But I'm salty as fuck because I'm supposed to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, because you got into that first
wave.
I got in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was at work slanging lattes, and trying to sign up. But I will try again this year. Not this year. Next year, I'm gonna try again for FanFest. And if I get it, I'm gonna go. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna be honest with you. Early bird tickets, what, $200, $250, or
$250? But it was only for like 1,000. They went so quick. Like most people ended up paying, I think, $3 something. But I mean, it's still worth it to me. I mean, if I don't get into FanFest or any of that stuff, I'll probably still go to E3.
Yeah,
see, but the huge difference though, Bug, is like you don't have to really travel like that. Like,
right.
I know for me, like I gotta get a plane ticket, gotta get a room, all that necessary stuff.
Right.
I agree as well. But the thing, I know how my pockets look. I'm like, if they change, they have to change some dynamic of E3 for me to actually pull money out my pocket to spend.
Yeah.
Because
I think they will, though. I think they will, because
I think they're gonna look at this really close and be like,
because not even just with the FanFest, because of how E3 let in the extra 15,000 people and did not prepare for the extra 15,000 people.
Right.
I'm sure. Sorry,
that's okay. Yeah, I'm like, it was so crowded. This is what I'm gonna get at. Even though it was a good experience in E3, I'm gonna be real with you. If I was spending money like $250 for the ticket, and then like maybe a rack for the hotel and food and travel and parking, I would be personally hot because it's crowded and it feels like it was like, how can I say this without being extra or bold? It was like we just shoving these people in this convention and that's it.
Right.
It was bad. And they didn't have any good handicap like accessibility in the convention, because I'm walking through and they're like, well, I hear handicapped people like really having some issues because they can't get where they need to go because it's not a lot of people. I mean, it's too many people and they don't have access for them. And I'm like, come on, man. Those are
Yeah.
and then you got the swagger jackers, and I'm like,
Oh my dude,
I
that was
know,
so. I was so pissed. I seen like they had those Mario bags each day, and each day
Yeah.
was a
yeah,
different one. It had Mega Man, and it had like Mario and another one. And this one guy walked up and picked up like 15, 16 bags. I'm like, what is he doing with all those bags? And nobody said anything or tried to stop him or nothing like that. And that's why they were going so quickly. People were like just racking up on those bags.
I'm like,
It was insane.
me and Boogie, we went in one day. When we went to E3, we went in. There was a line outside. There was a line inside trying to get them pixel bags, right?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the hell they were standing
It was
out.
like they
I
were
was
like,
in
oh,
line for that bag, the bag. That's that Mario one.
yeah.
Because, it's Mario
Well,
and they
we
wanted
wasn't
that.
tripping. We wasn't gonna stand in that line for that bag.
Oh
But when we was
no,
walking,
absolutely not.
when we was walking
I
back
agree
to the
with y'all.
parking area, there was a whole. It was like a big old stack of Mario pixels. I was like, let me grab two real quick.
They brought them like really late, like towards the end of the day and stuff like that. And I think they did
I
it
don't
on
know.
purpose because people out there waiting. I'm like, yo, they need to do something about these bags. Because I know my husband, he was looking for, because he liked to, he's the type of person like he likes to grab the swag and stuff like that. And I'm not that into all of that. I mean, I take it if I get it, if it's small enough, because I always think about like traveling back, like what I gotta pack to travel back home and what can I fit in my suitcase. And I always think like that. So I try not to grab too much. I mean, my bag has like probably more shoes than his does. So that's probably why, but it's like, man,
I underestimated the swag because I basically packed just to go there. I didn't expect getting shit. I wasn't expecting to get all that shit that I got.
Right.
Mind you, it's the shit I got is lovely, lovely, lovely. As soon as I knew that I was getting a gang of swag, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get as much swag as I can so I can be able to send it to somebody who ain't go. And that was like my mini mission at E3. I was like, let me get as much swag as I can.
I know you mentioned something about like, in regards to like the people and stuff like that. That, like I said, that was my only complaint. It was, it was very crowded, and I felt like the booths, like they weren't ready for it.
It sure wasn't.
Individual publishers or whatever just weren't ready.
I was ready to play some Ubisoft games. I ain't played shit from Ubisoft. We signed up. Me and Boogie signed up to do the Ubisoft thing. So I assume you go there, you sign up, and you can be able to play the games. Now it's a gang of people. You got a little square booth for Far Cry 5, and you got a wraparound 2 ways just to play that game.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
I'm like, yo,
yeah. And some of them, like,
it's.
Go ahead.
It's kind of how the way they worded it, though. Like in the little Ubi thing, like they like made it seem like we were coming to like a little Bethesda type thing, like, oh, you're gonna come play our games, and there's gonna be swag bags and this and that and this and that, and then you get there and it's just like, this is our E3 area. If you stand in line for 3 hours, we'll swipe your little tag, and if you get enough points from swipes, because they're telling you they want us to go through the line multiple times. I'm like, wow. You're tripping. Like, why am I about to wait 2 hours? Like, I would be here like all of E3. Like, they're crazy. But you would swipe it, and you would get points to go to a shop like it's Chuck E. Cheese and pick out a prize. I'm like,
I'm an adult.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
Right.
But
I completely agree with that, because they had like some lines, like they were taking hours, like too long. Not, some lines, you could see this, like some of the smaller ones were even taking long, and that to me was just kind of like just disheartening. But I know usually when we go to E3, like we try to do other things because it is our vacation time. So like we try to like go to Hollywood, because we're spending so much to go out there already. So I mean, I agree with Infamous in that, like, if I'm spending that kind of money and then all E3 and that's all there is just me stuck in lines and I'm hot and people, there's so many like people around and you really can't breathe. Then it's like, man, it kind of discourages you a little bit. But the only positive in regards to that is that we do use that time to kind of enjoy LA a bit, because I enjoy LA every time I come there. Like every time I go to LA, I try to make sure I get some of the good food. I try to make sure I go to like other little spots and stuff like that. just to make sure I'm enjoying the city. Because otherwise, you know, it takes a lot to convince my husband to make that our vacation. You know, so it's like, man, but trust me, after this E3, I was pretty much in trouble because he was like, man, we could have went to a cruise. We done spent X amount of dollars. So
because the extra, you think it was because of the extra 15,000 people that showed up?
Exactly. It was. He did not enjoy it outside of FanFest. Let me say that because he really enjoyed FanFest, but outside of FanFest, he didn't enjoy it as much. Like it's like last year, he really enjoyed it, and we didn't even go to FanFest last year. You see what I'm saying? So it was okay for me to kind of make a case for this year. So next year,
yeah,
like,
shout out.
I'm struggling.
Shout out to your husband because I sure did kidnap you for like about hours one day.
Yeah, he was a good sport, definitely.
Oh yeah, he's always cool. I hear about it later, but he's cool in the moment. He's
we
pretty
also
cool
did like a women in gaming event as well, so that was cool. And then we did like the Xbox like VIP attendees party, which was cool.
Right.
And the thing, okay, when I got in, I mean, you know, it was so easy. I ain't gonna front though. It was easy to get people in there. It was people getting in there.
Man,
it was people getting in there, and I'm like,
I think after a while they didn't care though. They just like, they're real cool though. Microsoft people, like the people, they were just real cool. So
they were awesome. The staff at E3 was kind of
E3 staff. That 15,000 really got them really high.
I think so. The security staff looked like they were ready to have a breakdown.
Well, y'all should have that ain't our fault. Y'all should have had it.
Exactly. They should have been planning for it.
You should have had a meeting or add in Craigslist talking about we need an extra 3, maybe an extra 1,000, like a couple of hundred. Well, I don't know for that big place. I don't know how many security will be acceptable for that
because
more than what they had.
I know at some points of the expo, I didn't feel safe because it was just like so many people, and you could tell, like you said, the security seemed like overwhelmed. They're like, man, where all these people come from? Because they weren't ready. They weren't ready.
Because I'm every like few minutes I'm checking my backpack in the bag, make sure ain't nobody open up my pockets or not. Because I'm having fun and shit, but I'm not dumb or naive. Somebody could really, especially in Xbox. They could have pickpocketed somebody at Xbox.
Yeah, easily. And that's why I had that chest bag on, because I like it was in the front of me. I know I can easily get to it. I'm like, I wear this chest bag. I am not, because that's one thing I do worry about. That's why I stopped carrying. Like I used to take cash when I would go there, and I just stopped carrying cash altogether when I go, because if I lose my card, at least I can call that and get it canceled or something like that.
And pretty much everybody has accommodations for card now. It's not like
exactly. Except for those grilled kiosks they had on the outside. They were smelling so good. Those little hot dogs with the...
we got one. Don't worry.
I was so pissed because I didn't have any cash on me, and I wanted one so bad.
Man, I'm telling you right now. I'm giving you clues right now. If you ever go to the convention center, E3, I swear, if you want to get you something to eat, before you go to E3, go grab you a bag of chips and a soda, and go there and go get you them bacon hot dogs and Tijuana dogs.
And them joints, they were smelling so good. I'm like, I looked at my husband. I'm like, yo, I want one of these dogs. You got any cash? He's like, man, I ain't bring no cash with me. Are you crazy? I'm like,
and people were looking at us like we're crazy. Like, you're trusting that? Like, yes. Like, this is the hot dog cart. Just like in New York, you eat at the hot dog cart.
You can eat on the street. Like, we got that downtown Atlanta. Like, the little food trucks. I mean, they had the best food. Shoot, some of them have some of the best food you want to taste.
I'm telling you, the best food out there, because prices was expensive, y'all.
Yes.
I don't mind, because when we went to the restaurant, I forgot the name of the restaurant that we went.
That's Rockin' Fish?
Yeah, Rockin' Fish.
I love that place. Oh my God.
I don't mind spending money at a restaurant like that, but at E3, like $20 for a burger.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I never buy food on the inside of the expo. Like, I always get food outside of there, because I'd rather go to like a sit down, chill, less people, have a good time. But Rockin' Fish, I love their crab cakes, so I always get crab cakes there when I go. Or something else from them, but
I low-key wanted the crab cake. So,
man, the crab cakes are so good. They're all meat. It's all meat. Like, I've never had, like, I get a crab cake here in Atlanta. It's like it's got some breading in it.
Yeah,
it's not all meat though. You know what I'm saying? I can go, I can go so many places with that joke. I can make a joke out of that and go so many different ways with that. But I'm gonna leave that where it is. All about that meat, though.
The best part of it, the number one best part, and I suggest this to anybody: if you ain't got, if your pockets ain't fat, save a little bit at a time. But I really strongly suggest to go to one of these. It don't necessarily have to be E3. It could be one near your area. And because the best part about it is you meet the people that you contact online damn near every day on Twitter or Facebook or Twitch or Mixer, and then you see them face to face at these places. You get a connection. You create a bond with those people.
Right.
It's not just, oh, I know these people through behind a TV screen or a computer screen. Oh, I actually met them. She's actually the same person online than she is in person. That's really priceless right there. And the connections that you establish in those places.
Yeah,
because
I completely agree with that. I mean, because like you sometimes like when you speaking with somebody online, it's different. But when you connect the name to face, it adds a different layer to it. Because you kind of get to see that person's reaction or emotion to certain things you say or do. It's just cool. I mean, because everybody I've met so far, especially in the Xbox community, has been like very just down to earth, cool, chill. You know, it's because all the experiences is new for everybody. So it's just a lot of fun. And so I definitely, even with the flaws that it had this year, I don't expect E3 to stay that way. So I mean, I expect for it to get better. So I definitely still recommend people to go.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you love video games, I think it's something you should do. Not, like I said, not particularly E3, but just a big open space of gaming people or anime people, whatever you like, and cohorts. I really strongly suggest that. Okay.
And I do recommend that if you do go to E3, to definitely check out the press conferences, because it's not like I swear to you, I've rewatched the Xbox press conference like video. It's nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing. Like it's I mean everything's crisp. Like you don't have any lag from the video from watching on YouTube or whatever. It's night and day difference. Like it's I was blown away at the press conference, and like the emotion and the whole, you could feel the crowd reaction, just everything from that was way better than watching it like on YouTube by yourself or something. So
okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to get a crack at FanFest next year. Okay. I'm gonna go to the next topic. All three of us, we always be around games and video games and frame rates and 4Ks and teraflops and all that. But after we put the controller down, we gotta focus. We gotta focus on life situations, and I want to try to bring a little piece of that here. We were thinking about life lessons of what we should do in life. As far as a woman, let's keep it real. As far as a woman of color, a woman that games, or just a woman, just adult woman living in this world. This is Delilah's idea. Credit is important.
And threw you under the bus.
I know, right? This is Delilah.
Well, I mean, Delilah, I think it was a great idea. So
yeah, I mean, I agree.
So,
it is. I mean,
I think for the first, the inaugural session of life lessons, I think we should do that one first, because I don't understand why my credit is too thin, because I personally, I didn't understand it at first. They taught me in school, like around high school time, and I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm about to like graduate. I'm about to go have fun. I'm young, and I really didn't pay attention to those classes. And I learned the hard way about owning a bank account, abusing that bank account, not paying attention or not being aware how serious of having a bank account is. But I'm recently, recently I'm getting it back together. I would like to let these people know what is important as far as establishing a better credit for yourself.
Yeah, sure. So in regards to like life lesson, I learned this when I was in college, like my freshman year in college. No one taught me. It wasn't like I went to class and someone in class taught me anything like that. It was by pure circumstance. It was like along the lines of me getting like my first credit card, and I maxed it out. You know what everybody does, like, oh, I got cool, I got this money, and it was the limit was like, it was my first card, so they gave me like $1,000 limit. So I maxed it out quickly because I had like books, I needed food. And I learned real quick that hurts you long term. Because after a while, you know, being a freshman in school, like I had a creditor calling me saying, "Oh, you owe us this all kind of money," and they was trying to tack fees onto it and stuff like that. But oh man, it was a guy that I met who kind of pretty much helped me like learn how to drive and stuff like that. And he pretty much gave me some pointers. Older white guy, you know, he just gave me some pointers. He's like, "What you know about credit?" And he just pretty much started just, you know, telling me little tidbits here and there. And that's pretty much where I picked it up from. And I just started just kind of trying to learn more. So I guess the biggest tip I can give you, because it's really it'll take longer than this podcast to explain, but the biggest tip I give you two is you want to get your credit score in between 2 points, and that's 720 and 750.
Man,
Just hear me out.
720.
720.
I mean, you want to be as close to 700 as possible, really.
That's right. But 720 and 750 are like excellent credit. That's what I'm getting at. Like that's the excellent credit. 720 between 720 and 750 is excellent credit. Good credit is considered between like you said, it's closer to 700. So it's like I would say 640 to 700 or so, give or take.
Anything less than that, bruh.
Anything less than that, bruh, your interest rate gonna be thick.
Yeah, like if you think about it, you're spending like so much more money just in interest,
exactly,
that you could be saving. You know, like people like the car that I have, they're like, "How do you have that car?" And I'm like, "I got it when I was getting out of the military, you know, and I had like super good credit."
Yeah,
and so my interest rate was like 4%. Like interest on 4% is like nothing. Like, and I was paying down my principal so much faster, so the car was like not upside down, you know.
Right. I mean, and that's what you want to shoot for. Like, I feel like I would never, you know, purchase a car with 5% interest rate. Like, I would never. That to me, that's just too high. I mean, see, but I'm lucky out.
Right? You have to get lower, right?
Right. You want the lowest interest rate you can possibly get. Right. I mean, and right now it's the way the market is, it's possible. It's not, you know, depends on credit, of course. But the best way to improve your credit, let's say your first time getting a credit card, and the fastest way and the best way to improve it is to, when you get a credit card for the first time, is to only spend 33% of that credit card.
Right.
Meaning, so like you only spend $300 of it, no more, no less. Just try to keep it within that range, and you can pay the minimum amount every month if you want to, but don't charge more than that 33%.
Right. The funniest thing about credit is that if you use it, you get penalized. So
that's right.
You have to use a small amount and pay it back as soon as possible, or you get penalized. Which, I mean, you really just have to learn about credit, and you can be successful at it. And just like I told Lady, you know, that new Jay-Z song, "Story of OJ."
Yeah, I was listening to it last night playing poker, drinking vodka, but he was saying some real shit, and it got me thinking, you know, I wanna make sure that I'm financially content with me.
Yeah.
So and you just can't and you can't just have like a job and stuff like that and then just pay your bills. You also have to like save money. And I want to save my money more. I want to invest it in stuff, you know, have, you know, some bonds and stocks and stuff like that. And I know that my pockets ain't ready for that now, but I would love to one day, you know. And it's best to educate yourself because because that's what I'm doing right now as a grown ass woman.
Like another tip I guess I can give is it's a method, like this is something like me and my husband came up with, it's called don't touch 10. And what that means is don't touch 10% of your money. Like just don't touch every month, like if you can, and that's a small amount. You know, it used to be don't touch 20, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay.
But don't touch 10. So that means you just put away 10% of your money each month, we do ours each pay period. So each pay period, just tuck 10% away and keep it pushing. Like this is just, that's like paying yourself pretty much.
And if you find it hard, you can have your bank set it up to just automatically go, so you don't even see it. It's like you don't even see it, you know?
Yes, and I've been doing that because with my paychecks, with my checks, I said, okay, well, take 25 out of every check first. And then when I make a little bit more money, I'm like, oh, okay, then how about you take 50 now every paycheck? And the more money I make, I'll go back to the bank and I'll be like, hey, take $60 every check, or then 75, something that I can be able to do something. Because I ain't flossing and I ain't doing no little Bow Wow challenge. So I will like to, you know, while I'm working at this job and while I'm doing my thing on YouTube, I want to make sure that I'm financially okay. Not rich, not just comfortable. You know what I mean? Because when YouTube was out here cutting people's checks, cutting people's coins, and you had YouTubers that solely based their income on YouTube, they was out here struggling.
Yeah. They cut that real quick. You know, it only lasts good for so long. Like that's the thing. That's what that like don't touch 10 comes from. It's like, you know, because nothing's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. So if you have something kind of tucked away, then you're good. You know, something happens, you got something a little bit to fall back on, because living paycheck to paycheck, it just isn't healthy. It just isn't. So, but if you have to do it, I understand. But you know, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just not healthy.
No, I completely understand with you, because when I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to stuff like that. So I was like, well, fuck it, then I got this paycheck. I'm gonna get the next paycheck and the next paycheck. But then you get older and you're like, okay, but you know, I would like to make sure that in case something happens, I need groceries, or I need emergency transportation to work, or something like that. New shoes, new work shoes, stuff like that.
And it takes a lot of discipline, because right now, like, I want that new Corsair One computer, you know, because I'm done with like doing bills and stuff like that. So I'd rather just get something that can like last me. I don't have to. I'm not really billing myself, but just something nice, you know. And so I talked to my husband. I'm like, yo, I really want a Corsair One. He's like, you can get it, and I'm like, yeah, you know. First, my initial reaction was like, yes, I'm getting that bad boy tomorrow, right? But then I'm like, Delilah, do you need that? Like, for real, do you need it? So it takes a lot of discipline too, just to say, you know, to kind of separate your wants from your needs. And this is all common sense. I mean, you would think, right? But a lot of people struggle with it, because I know, you know, people in my family struggle with, you know, separating the want from the need.
Shit, I struggle.
Yeah, I mean,
I struggle too. I struggle.
I think everybody does, though. You know, especially in the society we live in. Like, it's And then everything you want, it's like, oh, if you want it now, get it now. Don't wait.
That's right. And that's what my husband said. He's like, yeah, you can get it. I'm like, let's go. Like, because at first I thought he was gonna be like, nah, you know, let's wait the next year. Wait, give a few months. Wait around Christmas time or something. Like, you know, I thought he was going. Let's see. That's the only thing with being married, is you gotta check in. You know what I mean? You like I can't, like, when I was single, like, Delilah was a little different. You know what I'm saying? I would splurge, you know.
I would love to see single Delilah. It would be. I would love to see that one day. Not like the day, but I would love to see it. Like, I'm thinking it in my brain. Like,
trust me, man. It was different. It was much different. I would, you know, I like who I am now. To be honest, but. Yeah,
that's because that makes you into who you are, is the shit that we did in the past.
Right.
Even, you know, as dumb, as stupid, idiotic, naive, whatever you want to call it. That's
you grow up. You know, that's one thing. Like, you learn things and you grow. And but man, I tell you, it's a lot. It's to the point now where, like, I think I did the podcast with Luca and Blue, and I told them that was one of my biggest fears, is being broke again. Like, because when you be like extreme broke, to like have a little bit of money, it's like a whole different feeling. Like, you feel like you can do what you want. You know?
I completely agree. Understand with you. It'd be plenty of times that, you know, I want to, you know, hang out with my coworkers on the weekend or do some shit with them after work. But then I got to think about my pockets, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'd be like,
like, catch me mid-month. Okay, catch me mid-month. Catch me like first of the month.
Catch me when I get paid. I'm like, don't plan shit when I'm a broke week, because I'm gonna be like, it's not that I don't want to go and don't want to hang out with you guys.
Right.
I'm just broke and can't go. I hate, even though I have good friends that if I'm hella broke and they want me to go somewhere with them, they'll be like, "No, I got you. I'll take care of you." But me personally, I don't. It's nice, but I want to have my own. You know what I mean? If I want to get extra fries with my burger, I can do that. If I want to go, if I want to go.
Hilarious.
If I want to go to a 24-hour, I can do that. You know what I mean? But for the young people, make sure you try to educate yourself more on credit. If you're trying to have these nice cars, nice houses, and all this flash, bling, bling, make sure you be able to have the education. Or you can. There's plenty of stuff to educate yourself on credit.
Yeah, especially because this is America. Like, this is their lifeblood. They live and die by credit. Like, and it's insane, like how most people disregard credit. Like, I heard one young lady told me that credit is a myth. I was like, I could not stop laughing. I just, it was so, it was just sad that she knew that she said, not that she knew that, but she said that.
Right.
I was like, it's kind of sad that you think that. Like, are you serious? Like, you can't, you got to be punking me right now.
You just make sure y'all educate yourselves, and if you have a spark of curiosity about that, take a leap in it and learn some things. You don't know what you might find out. And I guess that was our first life lesson. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah. Hopefully I have another tip next time we do this. Because like I said, you with credit, we could do a whole show on credit.
Yeah, right.
So. Do a whole show on that if we can.
There actually are people doing whole shows on credit, so make sure you go watch.
They got YouTube channels built around it, so
yeah. But you said you going and watch Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
People have been talking about it like it's the hot shit out here in the streets.
People still say that Tobey Maguire, he was the best Spider-Man, but they're saying this guy he's pretty good, I guess. He's bringing back the young Spider-Man, the young feeling that we had when we watched. Because, our generation, 30s, the Spider-Man cartoon we watched was The Amazing Spider-Man, which is this guy. So I can see why a lot of people are connecting with it.
Yeah, it's really good. I went and saw it like when it opened.
Okay.
It was dope. Like, especially, I went and like the crowd was into it and everything like that. So it was cool.
Oh, really? I kind of I watched the first 3 Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, and then at Spider-Man 3 when he was acting all cocky and shit.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that was.
I was like, that just threw me the fuck off. I was like, you know what? I'm not watching this shit. And then they came out with all the new shit of Spider-Man. I'm like, I don't got time for that. But I do enjoy movies, and a lot of my comrades are like, hey, this Spider-Man is awesome. Spider-Man is not on my top, my top 3 superheroes, but a good movie is a good movie.
It was entertaining. Have you guys seen Wonder Woman?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I did.
Wonder Woman is awesome, right? I would put it right up there with them. With Wonder Woman. It was very entertaining all the way through. Like, I didn't feel like it had any slowdown, anything like that. It makes you kind of feel a little like a certain
empowered.
Kind of way.
Empowered.
Well, Wonder Woman, for women, yes, Wonder Woman killed. They nailed that, completely nailed that feeling. But Spider-Man is a little bit different. I don't want to spoil it, so I'll let you, enjoy.
I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it another time.
I didn't watch the new, but maybe on the next episode we'll talk more about the Spider-Man. But a lot of people saying, watch that shit. And if you want to, just check it out. If you don't want to feel like spending the $13.50, there's other avenues of looking for
DVD and bad boy. Wait till it come out on Blu-ray or something like that. Shoot,
yeah.
That's what it is.
Castlevania.
I just started it. I just started Castlevania, the anime they got on Netflix. Yeah, I just started.
Yeah.
It was so gruesome. Like, y'all know how I get queasy. Like,
yeah.
I'm
like, I wasn't a big Castlevania fan in my early gaming days. But my boyfriend put me on Castlevania. He said, let's try Symphony of the Night. I'm like, man, what is this shit? And then I was like, it is rage. It's like you rage, but you want to explore the castle, and it's good. I enjoy the fact that Netflix did a great job transferring that into a series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the voice actors, they doing a great job as well. And if you're into the story of Castlevania, it's a great show. I personally can't wait to continue watching it.
Yeah, like I finished the first episode. I think that's where I left off. I mean, I'm midway through the second. So I kind of started the second.
And if you don't know, and if you're not really a big Castlevania fan, the first episode will help out a lot of how it sets the tone for what's going down, what's about to go down.
Yeah, I was already impressed. Like from what I saw, the little bit I did get to watch, I was impressed with like the art style. I kind of like the mature look it had and stuff like that. Because I am not a fan of the cutesy anime. Like I can't get into that. Like I like action packed and stuff like
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's the shit. I love Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
because I haven't watched it. I just turned it on a minute ago so I could kind of see what it looked like, and yeah, it looks like Cowboy Bebop to me.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan. Like I can't. Yeah. The enemy's a little bit weird looking, but I like the action in that one. I like if it's action packed, I can watch it.
It is action packed though. Attack on Titan. I watched that shit last week. I really did. Like if I wasn't gaming or working or taking care of something in the house, that's what I was doing. I was watching Attack on Titan. It's all right. It's not for everybody, but it's cutesy for me. It's Sailor Moon. That's as cute as I'm gonna go.
Yeah, and see, I could never get into Sailor Moon. And if Sharice was on this podcast right now, she would kick me out of the podcast because she absolutely loves Sailor Moon.
Well, me and her, we got something in common. I love that. I love that bitch.
Gosh, I couldn't do it. I'm
sorry.
I
saw that Sailor Moon sweater, man. It had all the faces in there. I'm like, I got to cop that. Even if I wear it once, I got to cop it. Sunday is about to go down. I guess season premiere.
Oh yeah.
Season premiere of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
One wake up.
One wake up.
One wake up in Game of Thrones.
I've been trying to avoid like previews and everything. Like I want to be completely just engulfed in all of it, you know. So I'm so excited.
I saw a couple of like 2 trailers, and that's all I'm getting because that season like the last like 4 episodes of that last season was so good.
Oh my god.
And I'm glad that.
Oh my goodness. Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Oh my goodness.
I mean, people. I don't get it. If you like The Witcher, if you like Dragon Age, if you like Skyrim, Game of Thrones is right up your alley. But it's like it's so good because I guess the people who write it. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, that's why they're ending it. That's why this season and next season will be the last, and then they're gonna have a spinoff because the guy who actually writes the books isn't writing fast enough. But it's good he takes his time because he's made like these super fantastic books, you know.
Yeah.
So, but they're gonna go ahead and end this series after next season, and then there'll be like spinoffs for other families, I guess.
Oh wow! Yes. Well, at least we know it's going to continue after the last 2 seasons. Yeah. Because I heard that this season was originally going to be 1 season, and they split it into 2.
Right.
They should because ain't nobody got time for that. Everybody.
But both are going to be shorter because of it.
Yeah.
So like there's only going to be like 7 episodes, I think.
Yeah. They better be 7.
That's it. Oh my
god. There's only going to be like 7 or 8 episodes. I think the last one though they said is going to be really long, like a movie. It's supposed to be like an hour and a half.
Oh wow. Okay. They're trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just want to know what's gonna happen to Arya. Oh my goodness.
Because I'm like Lord of the Rings. What? That's like G-rated. I like the setting and the creativity of the world of Lord of the Rings, but it's like real G-rated.
Whole different. Yeah. Completely
Game of Thrones is real adult situation, man. I mean, betrayal, deceit, sex, smoking pipes, birds coming out of cakes, poisoning their sons. That lady,
she's crazy.
Yeah, oh my,
Cersei is crazy.
Cersei is
Cersei.
insane. Okay, she took
Cersei-
A lot of people think
my
that she's going to be it in the end too, but I think it's going to be Sansa, which people hate. I think it's going to be her and
I
Jon.
want to start. I want to start to be on that throne at the end.
Man,
I don't know.
I was so messed up when Rob started. Oh my god, dude! Like I thought this dude.
Oh, the Red Wedding. Yeah.
Yes, I thought he was gonna make it through the entire show.
Yeah, you were like all getting ready. You're like, yes, we're about to take it back.
What you expect? You go here, and you're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna marry your daughter because I'm in love with this chick right here, and you bring her there, and she's pregnant.
You
what
think
you expect?
I know. I can't, man. I can't even.
I'm like, yo, you can't.
I'm talking like, man, our jaws on the floor when we, on that episode with the Red Wedding. It was just completely. We was just like, what? You know, because we don't read
when Lady Star got the business. I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, both of them gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it,
man, look. Well, that's what season 2.
Yeah.
That was season 2. That was a while ago. I'm just saying. You never know. Some people, you know, they will listen to the show and be like
they wait until the end and then they just veg out on all of it.
Right.
I'm like, if you're really intrigued on watching the show, you should have been watched it, and I didn't mean to spoil nothing because I watch shows that be off the air like 3-4 years, and I'd be like, ooh, Mad Men, let me check it out. You know what I mean? But I cannot wait, and hopefully next time we have this conversation.
Yeah, like I think my homegirl, like she wasn't in the Game of Thrones at all, and like I was every time we would talk about like, okay, like you gotta watch Game of Thrones, so I sucked it up one Christmas, and I just bought her the first 3 seasons. I'm like, look, watch these, and then we can, because I mean, you sometimes you want to talk about it with your friends or your family and stuff like that, and if they haven't watched it, it's a killjoy. So I had to get her up on game, man. So if you haven't listened, I mean, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, definitely check it out.
I don't know. You might want to find I mean, if you didn't watch it, man, you gonna have to find like Game of Thrones for Dummies on YouTube real quick and get you a refresher course. Because that's what I'm gonna do. Even though I watched all the episodes, I'm gonna still do I'm gonna watch a refresher today. But I just can't wait. It's a very good
like
show.
a recap though. They typically do a really good recap when they start the show, like last season on. We don't say that because it's Game of Thrones.
Last season,
previously on Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah. So, because
I want to give a shout out to El Boogie, because she was like, "Girl, go get that beta code from for Destiny," because when I got off work Friday and I went to my GameStop by my job in downtown San Francisco, and they had like a mini Nintendo event downstairs.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I went down there. I wasn't even gonna go. I was like, man, fuck Nintendo. Y'all know how I felt about Nintendo. And then I was like, I didn't even touch anything in E3. And I'm like, man, then I thought about it. I was like, well, you didn't see nothing in E3 and it's less people downstairs. So I was like, a few minutes wouldn't care. Went downstairs and they had these screens everywhere. They had the Nintendo Switches out. They had Street Fighter. They had Splatoon. They had Breath of the Wild. They had Mario Kart.
Was this like a Nintendo, like official Nintendo event, or was this just something about the GameStop? Oh wow.
It was a collabo with GameStop and Nintendo.
Oh wow, okay.
So there was people from actual Nintendo there, and you had like a couple of like marketing people from GameStop. So I'm I go check them out. I did play Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a mad. It's a mad at 10.
I know.
It's a mad at 10.
I'm glad I'm like the only person that feels that way. I was just like,
I like it. I just don't like the breaking weapons, but
yeah, I mean, I don't like that part, and I don't know. It just didn't feel Zelda like.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm like,
but I liked it. I thought it wasn't too bad, but
I mean,
it's not. Some parts don't feel like Zelda until you get like deeper in the story.
Deep in the story, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
maybe I need to go back to it.
Oh, maybe I just I'm just things I just didn't get jiggy with, you know.
Now wait, was it the controller or did you play with the Pro controller?
I played with everything had the Pro controller down
Okay,
there.
they smart then, because I can't play with those. My hands are small and I still can't play with the Joy Cons.
Yeah, that might have been it too. I was just like, yeah, this is like, ugh.
It felt like an Xbox controller. Then I will press the buttons like it was an Xbox controller, but the letters were switched. So A was
A and B. Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
If you're an Xbox person, that's super annoying.
I didn't play Splatoon because there was kids there, so I didn't want to be like bogarting the system. I was just looking at I'll play if there was an open, session on a game, I'll jump on it, but I was just observing the crowd as well. It like I said all the time, it's kids. It was kids friendly. There was a few grown adults there, but very kids friendly.
Nintendo's target though. They always target kids because they prey on the nostalgia. Like by the time you're our age, it's like you like Nintendo. Like even now with the SNES console, everybody want one because that's the one they would. I mean, the NES was great, but the SNES everybody knew was better. Like it was just the library, all the games. I mean, and only 21 games. So, that's a whole nother conversation. But
yeah,
I'll give Nintendo credit though on their hustle because I guess I never seen them do this before, and they're doing something like Xbox will do. They'll have like an event somewhere to promote a certain product or a certain service, and hey, just stop by and check us out. And that's what Nintendo did.
Wait, but you didn't even know about it, right? You just by chance, right?
By chance.
I'm saying, like, was it even like? I mean, obviously it had to be advertised. People showed up.
I mean, no, it was like regular customers that I don't know. The only people that were supposed to show up was the people that was in the event. So
I see. So it was random.
It was random because when I went into GameStop, there was like, hey, I'm like, they got grass, like fake block grasses outside. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing? They was like, oh, we got a Nintendo thing downstairs. I'm like, all right, man. And then when I went and got my beta code, they was like, there's a Nintendo event downstairs. I'm like, all right. And then I walk out the door, I turn around, I'm like, why not? It wouldn't hurt, right?
Right. So
I got more time on Nintendo products. Yes, on Friday. 3. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I played Nintendo Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It was lightweight good. I was looking.
It's Mario Kart. It's the formula is per. They don't perfected the formula by now.
But you said they interviewed you too, right?
Yes, they did. Because they had a raffle. No, let me just keep the record with Mario Kart 8 because I've been on record out of Mario Kart 8 and that I wouldn't play it.
Yeah,
when I played on Friday, I was like, I can see me and El Boogie playing online and Delilah playing this online. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was like,
I got the Switch though.
You don't got no online.
Yeah, that's the thing though. They're online. So did you see that thing that they're trying to sell along with Splatoon? It's like,
is it like a cell phone kind of thing?
Oh my god, it's so frustrating. So it's like a cord, right? So okay, so you know how the adapter is for the Kinect now for the 1S?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Wait, what?
So you're gonna have this little like doggle thing, and then you're gonna have one cord that goes to your Switch, and then one cord that goes to your headset, and one cord that goes to your cell phone, because that's how you're getting
internet
game chat with fucking the Switch.
Oh my, what? That don't even make sense.
Yes.
So they're using the cell phone as for the internet connection, pretty much. This is how I'm speculating that it works.
Right.
And that's going to be how you do your. Is the frequency even fast enough for online gaming? Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'm about to send it to you because
do a stream with Mario Kart. It looked fine with what I saw.
Yeah.
And I think they had like one lag out issue when they were streaming Mario Kart.
But see, I guess what I'm concerned about, like, the Switch doesn't have any Ethernet ports, anything like that. I think the dock has something, but I don't even think. I'm looking at my Switch now, like the dock. Let me look at this thing. Hold on. It doesn't have any Ethernet ports, so so you're right. So you have to use like, oh my goodness. Why didn't
Nintendo problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So there was a raffle there, right? So there was like free shit during the raffle. I'm like, I'm down for free shit.
Yeah.
So I was having the conversation with the lady that was pushing me to buy a Nintendo Switch like right now. I wasn't even paying attention to her. But I was telling them that I own both consoles, and I told them that I went to E3 and somebody was ear hustling in the back and pulled me to the side and say, well, hey, would you like to do an interview for Nintendo? I'm like, cool. Now, I didn't tell them nothing about me being a content creator or anything. They just thought I was Joe Smo. But little did they know when I did my interview. So they made me sign an agreement, and I should have took pictures. I did not take pictures.
Oh man, I was just about to ask that too.
I just got off work, so it wasn't like I was prepared either. So, but I was like, okay, I'll do it. They gave me a shirt. They gave me a Princess Leia shirt. From Star Wars. It was great. They gave me a free shirt, and because I had logos and shit on my person, so they couldn't do that with Nintendo. So
of course,
they was like, well,
make sure it's family appropriate.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I told they asked me what game did I enjoy here so far, and I told them Mario Kart 8. They also asked me about what would you like to see on the Nintendo Switch? Now, I talk about the hardware and the games and no online services. There was a lot of cons in the Nintendo Switch, but I told them that the most important thing for me was the games.
Yeah,
you have to have a variety of games, and this is before I found out WWE and NBA 2K is going on the Switch. This was like till later that day, maybe. So, and they was asking me about E3. They was like, oh, well, you told us that you went to E3. Is that correct? How do you feel about the Nintendo booth at E3? I was like, I told them the truth. It was other than Xbox. I didn't say Xbox, but other than Xbox, I'm saying it now. Nintendo was popping.
Yeah, they did have a pretty active booth. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was some loyal people waiting to play some Nintendo.
Like some people go to E3 and that's all they do. Only thing they do is Nintendo. They don't mess with anybody else. You know what I mean? Don't even go and look at anybody else's booth, nothing like that. They just own Nintendo all day.
I went to my coworker. I didn't know that my coworker from my job went to E3. So he was like, hey, meet me at Nintendo. I'm like, out of every place. I'm at the big mushroom on the side of the building at Nintendo. I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, it took me like a good 10 minutes to find them. But it was popping. I told them that they should have more variety of games, but since I signed the talent release form, they're gonna chop and screw that all they want.
Of course they are.
Right.
But I did tell them that for an attraction to be that big and to be popping like that, something's good about it. You know what I mean? Will I get a Nintendo Switch? I'll wait till that price go hella down.
You can wait. I mean, I recommend people wait. To me,
emulator.
I'm waiting on Metroid. I mean, I have a Switch, but I haven't really touched it. The only thing I've played has been Breath of the Wild and a little bit of Bomberman. But Bomberman was a gift, and also the only game I've bought on Switch has been Zelda. So for me, it's still the Zelda station. Like it's nothing else. I haven't picked up Splatoon or Mario Kart.
And I realized I peeped game. I know they made a mistake not having all those Nintendo Switches on deck when it launched because they bit it in the butt because people, it was by supply and demand. They didn't have enough Switches and a gang of people wanted them, and they lost business. They lost some business with that. And that's why I think they had the Nintendo get together at GameStop so they can promote it more and let them know, hey, here's the Nintendo Switch. We got some on deck. Come check us out. Here, play a couple of games. I give them credit for that. You know what I mean? With anything, I don't care if it's video game or life. If you, yeah.
Could they be educated? Could that be an indicator that they're not doing as hot? I mean,
they probably did the
that
event
could
for
be
market research, really.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they
you're
did.
probably right. That's probably exactly what it was. I didn't think that deep with it.
Yeah,
That's why
because
I'm here.
I'm like, we just had E3 a month ago. So why are they doing this? Oh, your money wasn't making money on that Switch like y'all thought y'all was. And the problem was because they didn't have enough Switches. If they had ample supply of Switches for everybody that wanted one on launch, they would have been good. They wouldn't be doing all that shit they did yesterday. But I commend their hustle though. Then they're gonna ask me, oh, how you feel about GameStop and Nintendo? I avoided GameStop altogether and just talked about Nintendo. So there was like, cool, thank you, and I appreciate the interview and stuff like that. I was like, yo, when can I see this? They was like, oh, we're gonna edit it and shit like that, and hopefully it'll be next week. So if they did use me for that interview, you'll see it in their media outlet next week. If they use me, I mean,
oh, cool.
I'm just saying, yeah, they'll be on a Nintendo Facebook, Nintendo Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo, maybe Nintendo YouTube. I don't know what they do, but I took it as a way to, promote and explore. And I learned some shit about Nintendo. I looked at the Switch. I looked at the Mario Kart Deluxe and got lightweight, nostalgic about it. And I felt it, and I felt the grip, I felt the controllers. And I think that was the positive part of the whole event at E3. And
the fact that you got to try it out.
It was a more intimate setting too, so yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, it's around that time to close out the show because it is Saturday, and I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I bullshit. I said 2 alarms. The second alarm, I was up. I was ready to do this podcast. When I get off, I'm going to eat. I want to thank all you guys who joined us on this Saturday. I think we had an amazing time together. And I would like to thank my ladies on the panel, Delilah and El Boogie, to join me in this wonderful conversation. And we're going to start doing outros. We'll start with Miss Delilah HD.
You can follow me on Twitter, Delilah_HD. Very simple. I am definitely working on a video for my YouTube channel. I kind of finally know what I want to do with it. So it's been taking me some time. So a lot of work is going into it. And hopefully I'll drop that real soon. But yeah, that's it.
All right.
Thanks for rocking out with us.
Thank you. And let's take it to Miss El Boogie.
Yep, I'm pretty much Miss El Boogie everywhere, or El Boogie 0208, Twitter, Mixer, all that good stuff. And I try to stream on Mixer like 4 to 5 times a week. So you guys can follow me there.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all show her love on Mixer, because she really out here like streaming and shit, and her shits be good. So y'all make sure y'all show love to her on Mixer. And if y'all don't know, now y'all know. It's been 2 years since I've been doing this, and I'm gonna tell y'all ladies that the last time I hosted a podcast was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So, I personally enjoy. I'm feeling kind of, warm and emotional inside because I'm doing this on my channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, this is me. Y'all know who I am. I'll be on Twitter early in the morning. I'll be on Twitch, Lady_Infamous415. I am a Twitch affiliate. I got 1 sub. You guys can check me right here on YouTube. I'll be posting up video gameplay, maybe live shit. It depends on how I feel that day. Y'all can check me out on Twitter, Lady_Infamous30. I'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and at 3:45 in the morning, I'll be up on Twitter. So I do a lot of my interaction with people on Twitter. So if you guys want to personally hit me up, guys make sure you follow me. And also, I want to point out as well that this video is going to be in this video will be in the Fly in July sweepstakes. I'm trying to give out 2 care packages, man. On Monday, I got to start getting the boxes and putting the boxes together. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this video. Make sure you comment so you can be entered in the giveaway. And to all my ladies here, thank you. To all my chat, thank you for being here with us.
Yes, I love it.
And
Yes, a lot of fun.
Lady Infamous 415, Grown Women Gaming, intermediategaming.com. And you guys have a great weekend. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.